Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public service announcement. For regular viewers and listeners of AWI Pod, please do not be offended, as this program contains good wrestling.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Cup of UK Heritage. This is the fourth episode. I am your host, Brent Piles, and as you know, I do not come to these things alone. I've got the shooting half of our three-man tag team that we've got going on here at the AWI Pod. It's Glenn Abbott, GA WrestleNet. Glenn, how you doing?
How could I be a half of a three-man?
You're a third. I'm sorry.
That's better.
Don't make me do math.
I'm doing well, apart from I'm absolutely melting at the moment because it's quite
nice and warm over
it's
there.
quite warm, yeah, and the sun comes right in my living room window, and I had to shut the window because we're on a busy main road, so
it's even hotter.
It's even hotter, yes.
And as you American people may or may not know, they don't really have AC over there, correct?
No, we don't. There's no point in it.
Well, no, Glenn, I talked to you a lot, and you seem pretty fucking hot, so I think it might be time to visit today.
Yeah, perhaps as the global warming and cooling goes on, I might get myself something.
Eventually, we're all just going to melt.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, talking of hot things, we've got two really hot matches to look at tonight.
We do here in episode 4. Our first matchup, I think this might be the first one that wasn't in the tournament or a UK Heritage Cup Championship match. It was just a Heritage Cup rules match. I think that was the first one we've looked at that didn't have the cup involved in it, right?
That was right. And have you noticed that there's a link through all these matches? And it's the Supernova sessions.
Yeah, that's the first thing I have in my notes. Is it seems like most of these matches are somehow always set up or announced on the Supernova sessions. Absolutely. Yeah. It's crazy how that keeps tying together. It's like every one. They're like, oh, yeah, set up on the Supernova session. It is Tyler Bate taking on Dave Mastiff. One of these gentlemen did get to participate in the inaugural tournament, and one of them did not. Man, both of these matches were really, really good. This first one we're going to talk about, which was better, which was good in a different way than the second one was good. Because as you know here, you've got one big guy versus a smaller guy. But both guys, Tyler Bate's a little guy, but he's also very strong. And Dave Mastiff is a big guy, but he's also very agile. So I think these two are kind of like the perfect combination for each other.
It's also trainer with pupil.
Oh, see, that I didn't know.
Yeah, that came from the... I think back in the early days, Dave was part of the training team that got him into the business.
Well, there you go. Makes sense why they had such good chemistry in the ring, right?
Yep. Yeah, I love this. Right from the beginning, where you got Tyler's got him in a headlock, but he's having to get up on tiptoe to do it. Try to drag him down.
I don't know how the hell Tyler or anyone could do that bridge up thing that they do and have Dave Mastiff bring all of his weight down on your stomach and you not break your fucking neck. I don't know how anyone does that.
No, I don't.
Tyler Bate did it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, but that sort of thing where Dave was just throwing him around. He was just really showing the power that he's got. Tyler got him in another headlock, and this time they just sort of picked him up and threw him across the ring.
Yeah, picked him up and put him down. That's all you got to do, yeah. When you're Dave Mastiff. Nigel McGuinness called the first round a human game of chess, and I think I couldn't agree more.
It was
most of the first rounds.
It was a feeling out. Lots of wrist locks and arm bars and headlocks and Dave hit Tyler around a lot. That was basically the first round.
Yeah, in the first round. The second round, Dave's kind of working a real deep wrist lock here, but Tyler Bate manages to escape. I love when Tyler does that thing where he takes his foot with his hands
Yeah.
and slams it into somebody's face. I think that's really cool, and he did that a lot during the second round.
Yeah. But as again, Nigel said, why would you do that? It's just annoying him.
Yeah, I think Nigel did say something like that's just going to piss Dave off. Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Tyler started to
stunning him at all, was it? It was just annoying him. But yeah.
Yeah, it was like them fly landing on your arm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We get a fall in this round. And how that happened, it was amazing.
It really was. So Bate goes to do it, like he jumps up on the middle rope and then he tries to do like a sunset flip, which he almost just completely bounced off the back of Dave Mastiff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but it looked like he hit him and then he had to like regrip himself because he was about to just flop over him. And then Dave kind of switched it into like a crucifix of some sort.
Yeah, they sort of tried to get him into a crucifix, and Tyler managed to just sort of topple him over. He was like, well, because top heavy, he just sort of went over and rocked back, and Tyler managed to get the pin. It was strange.
Yeah, it caught you off guard too, because it's only about a minute and 30 seconds into the round. But yeah, a really interesting pin, a real cool way to get into a pinfall, especially with the bigger guy, the little guy using the big guy's momentum against him to kind of keep his shoulders down. Very innovative.
Yep. Then we start round 3. For some reason, after there were some big forearms from the pair of them to start round 3, and then Tyler thinks it's going to be a good idea to try and pick this huge guy up.
Not the best idea, yeah.
I wonder why he did his back in.
It makes a lot of sense. It's all starting to come together now, yeah. I had that in my notes too. Because Tyler Bate tried to pick up the pace a little bit here. He tried to use his speed a little bit against Mastiff here. But getting into a slugfest and then trying to pick up Dave Mastiff is never a good idea for any man. Unless you're like Andre the Giant or something. I don't know. And so then Dave kind of counters into an inverted backslide. Is that what you would call that?
Yeah, I think so. Near enough to what it was.
And then he gets the 1, 2, 3, and we are all tied up at one fall apiece as we head to the 4th round.
I think it was as much poor old Tyler collapsing as it was Dave getting him technically into a backslide.
Yeah, probably. That's what happens when you try to pick up a 400-pound man.
Yeah.
Almost. And then, like you said, surprise, surprise, Tyler Bate is favoring his back in the 4th round.
Yeah, not helped by the humongous slams that Dave is suddenly doing on him.
Yeah, I put in here, Dave Mastiff is tossing Tyler Bate around like he's Cody Rhodes and like Tyler's Cody Rhodes and he's Brock Lesnar, because Brock was tossing fucking Cody around on Monday night like a rag doll.
It was.
Yeah, some really good suplexes, some really hard suplexes on Tyler Bate as well on this one. And then Tyler tried to go for a Hurricane Rana on old big old Dave Mastiff, which wasn't a good idea either, which led to a power bomb. And surprisingly, though, Bate was able to kick out after this huge power bomb.
Yeah. I don't, and it seemed like Dave just sort of actually lifted off him. I don't think that Tyler was actually in any position to kick out in real time.
Probably not, no. And when he there's parts in this match where I think it's in the 1st round where Dave will take Tyler's hands when he's like trying to do something and he'll just pin him to the mat and try to pin him like that. And I don't even know how you would be like if he did that to me, if Dave Mastiff did that to me, I'm never getting my shoulders up.
No.
It's not happening. No, of course I'm never getting him up in 3 years.
No. Yeah, there is no way you can without the guy's help.
Yeah, definitely not.
And we get to see something we don't see very often in these matches. There's a brawl outside the ring.
Yeah, for the most part, they stay in the ring, but not this one.
No, and Dave, again, he was really laying it into Tyler, throwing him all over the place into the barriers. And it looked like really like Tyler was going to get counted out. but
I thought so too.
the time ran out just before the referee counted to 10. Great timing, but
it was very, very. They do really good timing on these shows. Whenever we see somebody almost get counted out, they're always really good at the timing. It gets me to where I'm like, get back in the ring, like I'm losing my mind because I don't think they could get back in time. Yeah, I thought Dave Mastiff pretty much just had his way with Tyler Bate in the crowd, and Tyler was very lucky to not give up another fall because Tyler thought, "Oh, I'll go outside the ring and catch a breather," and Dave Mastiff said, "The fuck you will."
Yeah. Which, considering that this is basically a two-face match, it was very heelish of Dave.
Yeah, definitely. It felt like when the 5th round started that Tyler Bate was going to need an absolute miracle to be able to pull this one off. He tries to pick Dave Mastiff up again and slam him. I don't know why he didn't learn the first time. Apparently he hasn't.
Yeah, then he hulks up. No, he got stand across the ring again.
Yeah.
And then he tried again to pick him up. And he failed. And then he sort of hulked up and managed to get him up. And not only get him up, but does an aeroplane spin on him.
Yeah, I could not believe that he actually picked him up and did an airplane spin. That's fucking crazy.
it wasn't
funny that you said that because I said Bate struggles to pick Dave up, but then he hulks up and is able to pick him up for an airplane spin. So I said the exact same thing that you said.
The thing is that if you see Tyler when he does these airplane spins, especially the ones that go on for a long while, we see it in the next match, but
yeah,
he puts people down. He picks them up, he puts them down. Not with Dave, he just dropped him because there's no way he was holding on to him any longer.
Yeah, I've had him up here for as long as he's going to stay up here.
Yeah. He might as well have just walked away from underneath him.
Yeah, absolutely. He then lands a big right hand to the jaw of Dave Mastiff. He then heads to the top rope and hits. Glenn, do you know what the name of this move is that he hits?
It was an air. Oh, it was an off. I can't even think of what it's called.
He jumped off the top rope and did some
corkscrew. Yeah.
Yeah, corkscrew.
That was it.
It was a corkscrew plancha, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that. If you wanted to be technical about it.
Which we're not going to.
No.
Tyler Bate gets the 3 count and the win in the 5th round. Again, a hell of a match. I really enjoyed this one. But not quite as much as I enjoyed this one, Glenn. We got Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar, and this one is going to be a number 1 contenders match. The winner will go on to face A-Kid for the Heritage Cup Championship. And we also have cornermen this time, Glenn.
Yeah, we see Charles Samuels for the first time.
It's good to see the dynamic duo back together.
Yeah, in Noam's corner. And I have an update on that. I'll tell you about that off air.
Okay, beautiful. That's a good idea. I'm looking forward to hearing it. A-Kid pops up on the screen here and tells him that not only will he be watching this match, but he hopes that the best man wins. Dar went for the is it the North Shore backslide? Is that what they call it? He went for that thing real quick, real early in this one.
Yeah.
Within the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but he's definitely got it down as a backslide.
Yeah. Well, Nigel McGuinness called it some shore backslide, backslide, but I can't remember what he said. He said, I know it was a Bobby Brookside thing, correct?
Yep. Something like that. But I love the way that they were doing the interlocking arms. From Tyler managed to reverse it and then smashed Noam back and then Noam tried to reverse it and smash Tyler into the ring post, but Tyler just put his foot out and stopped it.
Yep.
And then they promptly reversed Noam back into the ring post again. Now, you would have thought after seeing Tyler stop it with his foot that Noam would have put his foot out and stopped it the second time at least.
Well, I guess not.
No.
Yeah, and then Bate hits a pretty nifty little roll up here for the first fall, coming in at about 1:45 left in the first round, and I think that's the fastest fall we've seen so far.
That was a shocker. Was not
really was.
surprising that. Although I'd seen this before, I'm not. That took me by surprise.
Yeah, I did not see it coming at all, and we're going to talk about the finish to this match, which is also another thing that I didn't see coming at all. So yeah, and it's always fun to do this. You got to sometimes just throw in there where there's a surprise fall in the first round.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are going to tune out in the first round.
Well, it's what we always say about these: is there's no two that are the same.
Yep.
And I'm sure on Saturday we'll see something different yet again.
And that's why these matches are the best matches. So the second round opens up. Tyler Bates already got a 1-0 lead. There's lots of good submission transitions in this one. Not a whole lot of note happened in this round, but there was a lot of really good mat wrestling.
Yeah, and Shaw yelling a lot. I love this ringside coaching.
Like them having some of them with them in their corner, like it adds another element to the match that isn't there if you just have ring people doing it. So it's always fun when the person has an actual corner man with them. It adds a little something to the match. Headed to the third round, Bate still up 1-0. Dar opens the third round with some stiff kicks and elbows. He then stomps the hand of Tyler Bate, and Tyler Bate quickly responds with a hard kick to the back of Dar's knee. I felt like that might have been a receipt.
Yeah, I think so. But then again, that was because as Nigel said, it's his own fault for turning his back on him.
True. Yeah. It was just the way that Dar stomped his hand, and then the way that Bate snapped around and kicked him real quick.
Yeah.
I just feel like maybe Noam stomped his hand a little harder than he wanted him to, and so then he just kicked him real quick. That's just what it felt like.
You're talking about receipts. If that was a receipt for something that Noam had done on Tyler, Noah gave him one back with that spinning back elbow.
Yes.
That looked a bit stiff.
Yes. The whole third round was very, very stiff. I would say it was. Never mind. I was going to make a bad stiff joke, but I'm not going to say that for AWI.
Yeah.
Bate looks to have a little bit of a knee injury, but picks up Dar for an airplane spin, and then instead of stopping and trying to pin him, he continues the airplane spin for the final 30 seconds of the round. You think that's a good idea, or you think you should have just pinned him?
No, you should have tried to pin him. That's what they were saying in commentary as well. Yeah, with five, when they get the click to say there's 10 seconds left, that's when you put them down and try to pin him.
Right. But Bate didn't do that. He decided to make him a little bit more dizzy, which Dar was very dizzy. He was still showing some of the effects when we started the third round. He was looking a little punch drunk out there.
And then he goes straight back into it in round 4. Straight back into another airplane spin, followed by a bloody rebound lariat. And he still had to get the 2 count.
Yeah, he took his head off, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He absolutely took his head off with that clothesline that he does there. Dar then hits a big sliding forearm on Bate, but he only gets a 2 count on that. Dar tries to lock in a knee bar, but Bate just punches him right in the nose, which I loved. He grabbed his knee bar, and Bate just went, pop, right in the nose. Because that's the best way to break a submission, is just to punch the person right in the nose.
And they both end up on the floor in a heap. And the round ends.
And the round ends. Yeah, they knocked each other silly as in the final minutes of this round. So we head into the 5th round. Noam Dar is getting desperate. He's still down 1-0.
Yeah.
Both guys start trading big shots in the 5th round. About 40 seconds into it, Bate tries to do his bounce off the rope that he does by his, he bounces off his neck or his head and tries to turn around and do that clothesline. But Dar does a beautiful counter and just catches him into a knee lock for the tap out, which was really
champagne
really
super knee bar is what he calls it.
That's what it's called, huh?
Yeah, for the fall.
Literally, I was watching this, Glenn, and Tyler goes to do that thing, and that's like his signature thing.
Yeah.
He does that all the time. He did it earlier. He did that, and then he hit the big clothesline. So he goes to do it, and then Dar just catches his knee and goes down to the ground. I went, oh, really loud. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I could not believe it. It's just such a great way to do it. It's such a good submission. It was perfect. Perfection.
It was. Anyway, we go to round 6, and it's all at 1-1. So the tension is cranked up. Could this go into overtime as they? And Dar goes.
I was pulling for overtime too.
Yeah, Dar goes right for the leg, but Tyler just deadlifts him.
Yeah,
Just total deadlift into a German suplex. Big strong boy, definitely
that was
there.
a beautiful.
It was.
That was a beautiful German suplex too. Yeah, that would make Brock Lesnar jealous. That Jordan he threw on there, right in there. He then tries to hit the Tyler driver, but Dar counters into a pinfall, which only gets him a 2 count. Bate hits that like front flip kick,
rolling
Dar to the head,
the rolling wheel kick,
top row, the rolling wheel kick. Yeah, but then we got some outside interference, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, you would do. You got Charles Samuels out there. Of course, there's going to be.
Absolutely. Shaw gets up on the apron. Trent runs over and knocks him down off the apron. They start brawling to the outside. Dar tries to like grab Bate from behind, but Bate counters and sends Dar crashing into the 2 on the outside.
Yeah. Of the ring. And then Dar gets his own back by sending Bate into the steel steps.
Yep.
So this is as we've been extolling the virtues of nothing ever happens outside the ring until Dave Mastiff, and so this is 2 matches in a row now that stuff's happened outside the ring.
Yeah, this is 2 matches in a row. So, and I guess that's why this cornerman thing is cool, because it adds another element to the match. So yeah, then Dar throws Bate back into the ring. He goes for that. What does he call it? Does he have a finishing name for that?
Nova Roller.
The Nova Roller, that's what it was. But Bate counters with that big right hand.
Yeah.
And then he hits the Tyler driver on him and gets the victory here. An incredible match.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing. As I said to you off there, these guys at this time, and probably still are, we'll see on Saturday, are probably 2 of the best technical wrestlers on the planet. And I stand by that.
I'm going to stand by that with you, because I absolutely agree. Just really good stuff. I mean, the mat wrestling, everything was good. The storytelling, the finishes, the falls, the interference was done well. There wasn't too much interference. It was just the right amount. So yeah, really good shit here. I love this match. It was very, very good. I would give it 5 stars. If I was rating matches, that one's getting
that. Yeah, definitely. It would definitely get 5 stars if we were rating it.
I mean, and Dave versus Tyler Bate would probably get 4. So they were both really good.
Yep. And there's even.
So make sure you join us for episode 5. We're going to look at Tyler Bate taking on A-Kid for the Heritage Cup Championship, and the winner of that will face off against one of your former favorite guys, Glenn, the former Jobber of the Week, Jack Stars.
Yay!
Will be in our other Heritage Cup matchup. Glenn, do we got to plug anything before we get out of here?
I suppose I better today. Apart from our stuff, which you could plug, I just want to give a shout out to DDT Wrestling, DC and Doc. They're still carrying on despite having these sort of soul searching about what direction the show was going to go in, and they decided to keep it exactly the same, which is what everybody wanted.
They said, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah,
we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Smart. I would have done.
I'm booking the territory. UTT Rob and Dan Griffin. We've got UTT Rob coming on a show very soon with us, and we look forward to that. If you're a Doctor Who fan, there's a Doctor Who podcast again with Dan Griffin and Cy, and they're looking at old and new Who down the years, doing a really good job of reviewing it. Thankfully for my benefit, because I'm a 70s child and I love my 1970s Who, and they review the old stuff and they don't take the piss out of the plastic monsters and all the rest of it. They review it very balanced.
That's good, because you can't take the piss out of something that happened on TV, 50 years ago, because it's obviously not going to be the same as what you see on TV now. So that's a good way to go.
That's it. Yeah. That's what they always say. You have to look at it. than this 50-year-old television.
Right. You got to look at it through that lens. You can't look at it through a 2023 lens. You're looking at it all wrong anyway.
No. Well, it's like watching old wrestling, isn't it, as well?
Absolutely. But yeah, that's make sure you check out Sports Wire Radio and give our buddy Thomas Bryce a follow at Thomas Bryce 2017. And of course, give the other third of this 3-man team that we run here at AWI Pod, the Mayor of Canton, a follow at Mayor of Canton on Twitter, and make sure you check out Me with the Mayor. I think he missed this Wednesday, but he's very busy, so we're going to give him a break that time. And yeah, check out Orange Attitude if you haven't already. We're gonna be covering a big WWE Monday Night Raw from Germany, where we're gonna crown the first ever European champion. And make sure you check out the newest episode of the Mayor of Superstars, which will be out for now. And that's it. The only thing left to do is for Glenn to say goodbye.
Goodbye.